Ooh, coming back with another video. And again, before I speak anything, subscribe to my channel, give me a like. I let the world, guys. I want to let you guys know about my mother and my father. And this one thing about my father and my mother. For one thing, hold on real quick because I'm on my computer. I'm gonna let you guys know some stuff about my DNA. So, as what I get, I do have Egyptian in my blood. But I'm talking mostly about my mother and my father because I was raised mostly around my mother and my father passed away in 2002. So, hold on. This right here is coming from 23andMe. Now this coming from my DNA. When I trace my ancestry, it says I am a Filipino plus Austronesian, Korean, Broly Melanesian, and indigenous American. And that is most likely saying who I actually am. For the white in my blood, I got Broly European, Broly Southern European, Southern European, Broly Northwestern European, Scandinavian, French and German, British, Irish, and Greater London. And I can't believe a lot of that because how the way sometimes I do act like people in London sometimes. There's only sometimes, but not all the time. But for the black in my blood, I got Nigerian, Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leone, Senegalian, Guinean, Broly West African, Congolese, Southern East Africa, Angolan, Congolese, Southern East African, and Broly Congolese, Southeastern West Africa, African hunter-gatherer, and Broly Sub-Saharan African. And I see here, I got some Japanese, and I got some island in me. So, this is explaining a little bit about my mother and my dad. Because I carry 50% of their DNA. 50% gonna be put in me. So therefore, what I'm saying is right here, right now. I see how the way my mother act when I was a kid coming up. I was treated actually like a king. My mother did treat me like a king. I was my mother's only child that she ever had. But that child that she had have a gift. This is a gift right here what I'm going to. It says right here that I have Egyptian in me, and my daddy is Pharaoh Ramses the Great and Pharaoh Ramses the Third. So yeah, I'm descended from a king. But that's on my dad's side. That's my paternal heritage. On my mother's side, I got an ancestor who did walk with Christ. So yes, I'm that special kid. My mother treated me like I was a king coming up, because she knew me. But this right here, what I'm saying is, while she was doing that, like I said in one video, my mother loved a clean house. My mother do. You walk outside in her yard, it's beautiful. You will see waterfalls. You will see grass cut. You will see the bushes trimmed. You will see a lot of things what my mama do like a white woman. On the other hand, I like an Asian. Because my mother, like I said, she don't deal with many people. She don't talk to many people. And I took that trait, took up what my mother taught me down here in Los Angeles. Because one thing I don't like what my mother did, to be honest, is marijuana. See, in my home, I do not want marijuana in my home. My mother kicked my cousin out the house for bringing marijuana into the house. Another thing, why my mother act more Asian is because of the Asian she got in her blood. But you will see the white in her because she can come from Asian to act white. And this one I'm seeing right here, right now. My mother did not raise me like a black woman. Like what I said in one video, I was raised like a mestizo. I wasn't raised like a black person. That's why sometimes down here in Los Angeles, when I try to talk to black people, sometimes they be telling me sometimes, I'm gonna tell you for future reference, do not say that, do not say this, do not say that, because I wasn't raised on the streets. My parents did not raise me on the streets, so I don't have the street mentality of what people have down here in Los Angeles, California. I don't have the same mentality that the rest of my family have. I really don't. And that's being honest. And my family, if you seen this video, I'm letting you know right now, because I'm going to explain a part of my father's heritage and why he is different from mine. Because both of them is different from the other. Like I said, my father people is Cushitic. He is not like my mother's people. They are different from the other. That's the reason why. Whew. So I got that out the way. So let me tell you the reason about my father's people. Sometimes I can't act like I got a monster inside of me. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I act like I'm a peaceful person. Which means I do not like a lot of fighting. But if a man pushed me into a corner, I would come up on you and start beating you, man. Like just going into Cushitic people. Because you see my face, I got Asiatic features. Came from my father and my mother. Just like Cushitic people. And how the way my mama people is and how the way you want to be against me, I can't come off and I can knock you across your head any second while you trying to argue. Because like I said, sometimes I do not put up with arguments at all. Let's go to my daddy people. If he fight you, sometimes it's like he want to kill you by hand, not by weapon. Now, out here on these streets, how the way people act, I can sometimes act like I'm against some street people that's going into black people. Why I'm supposed to act like I'm against black people in the USA? It's because the way you act is different from the way my people act. Like I said, my DNA has Egyptian A lot of people in the African Americans in the USA isn't Egyptian. What you put in a rap song, sometimes I do disagree with. I do not call women bitches because I do give respect to a lot of females. So what you do out here on these streets over here in the USA, my guy, my brother, it's not what I'm finna do. So, cause we are different people. Even though you are my brother, I love you, but we are different people. But this is what I want to tell you right now. That now you see, my daddy, he would come up on you and he would start fighting you. Sometimes like a Mexican, sometimes like a Latino, sometimes like a, when it comes to my daddy Filipino side, sometimes he would not talk to you. Or sometimes he can man up to you and say, nah man, it's not like that, it's not like that. That's gone somewhere. I don't need no problem with you, man. Because if you come up towards me, keep on talking that bullcrap, I'm gonna knock you across your head. There's something about my dad. But when my mama, he'd be like, I don't want to see blood. I hate blood. I hate seeing blood. I don't like spilling blood. That's one thing about both of my parents. And that's why I act the way I act. I don't talk to a lot of people down here in Los Angeles, California, because I was raised mostly by my mother, not my dad. I act mostly according to my mother in Los Angeles, California, not my daddy. If I act like my daddy, I would knock a man out. If I act like my mother, I would act like I'm soft. Because sometimes my mother acts soft, but you really need to think twice because she would knock you out. Do not take my mama for granted. And don't take me for granted. This is the reason why I act the way I act. I can sometimes have a grudge against people like my daddy people. And this is explaining a little bit about me. My culture is not just Christianity. It is Muslim. I got Muslims in my family like I do Christianity. My family history is big. It's not small. My family is huge. It's not small. I got Asian, like I told you my DNA. But this is explaining a little bit about me. Why a lot of people say they don't talk to me a lot. Why they don't talk to me a lot is because sometimes it's the way I act. I know it. It's the way I act. I act different. Look at the music I listen to. I don't listen to black African American rap music because they contain the words in their song what a lot of others don't. I'm not about that bull crowd what they do on these streets. Like I said, I'm not raised. I'm not from the streets. I don't do anything of street mentality. I don't have that mentality in my head. As many people of my friends I met in Arkansas, Texas, and everywhere else, they would tell you I do not have street mentality. So therefore, I'm not going to act according to the streets. Like I said, I am a Libra. I was born September the 25th, 1982. And I act on love. I do not try to act on my hate side, because I can turn into an Aries if I wanted it to. Because they're the opposite of me. Just like my brother. My anger problems that I have sometimes can get intense. Bag me into a corner. Watch what will happen. Take me for granted. Watch what happens. Steal something from me. Watch what happens. Do something that I do not like. Watch what happens. Like I said, I don't care about bull at all. Like I said, I want peace like my mother. Sometimes like my father. But if my family looking at this video right here, I'm letting you know right now, things are about me. Because I'm not a basket of fruit. I would lie to you. I would do a lot of things. I'm not a basket of fruit. What you do is what you do. And what I do is what I do. I'm not like you. If I go to the police right now, I would tell them the bull I would do to you. In their face. And I would not be afraid to do it. Oh, I guess that's the black coming in my blood right there, huh? Yeah, or is this the African coming in my blood? Like I said, I want peace, quiet. I do not like a lot of noise. That's why I don't deal with a lot of people. Because they deal with marijuana. And like I said, so a lot of times, I do not like marijuana. I do not want it around me half of the time. I don't like my mother. I was raised by my mother more than I was my dad. My mother passed away in 2009. My father passed away in 2002. So yes, I am one of them children who lost my parents at an early age. And at the time my mother passed away, I was pissed off. That's the reason why I had those incidents with people, and I knocked people out as soon as they start arguing with me. Just like my brother. If he would have came up on me, start arguing with me, I would have knocked him out. I'll probably killed him or something. That's coming from my daddy people. They're not coming from my mama people. But like what I'm saying is, I can act in accordance of turning around a little bit. Because how the way my family are. But like I said, I'm finna get ready to end this video. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. You can leave me a comment in the box below. But this is a little brief history about me and my DNA. So I'm like letting the world out there know, like if you want to get a chance to know me, watch this video. This is saying a little bit about me, but not everything about me. And this is mostly talking about my history and how the way sometimes I act sometimes. Because sometimes, like I said, I can turn to my Asian, I can act like an Asian, I can act like a white person, and I can also act like an African. Because me and African Americans are different from the other. I know I do not call a woman a bitch. I give respect to a lady. I don't do a lot of stuff what you do over here in America because I'm half American. Sometimes, my guy, I'm just gonna keep this real with you, and I'm gonna end it right here. I love my brothers. I'm happy for you. I'm happy to have you as my brother, and I'm happy to have a lot of you as my family. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm saying this right here. It's just me and my family. We don't act the same. Like I told you, I'm not a basket of fruit. So if you want to know me, this the video right here. If you want to know me, like I said, I love you, my brothers. Peace.